Reality checks are used to see if you really are awake or if you really are dreaming. Many people have different reality checks. If you're going to have a reality check, make sure it works. Here are my 3 that work every time. Am I dreaming? There you go. Hello. I'd like to take a minute and speak about reality checks. When you go to sleep, it's very important that you watch for things when you're sleeping so that when you can become aware, you do. One way people do this is they do reality checks. They find something throughout the day that they want to do to check if they're really living in a conscious world or in the unconscious world. So they'll do something. They'll count their fingers. How many do I have? I've got 10. 10. If you only have 9, that's fine. Or however many you have. But what I'm saying is, adjust it accordingly. Then look again. Keep counting. Now, what this does is, when you do this throughout the day, and some people will say do it, every hour. Some people will say do it, 5 or 6 times a day. What it does is it just gets your brain to form a habit so that your unconscious mind, when you go to sleep, will be going, hey, we need to do our counting of our hands. Where are you, conscious mind? Where are you, hands? So it'll look in the dream, and then it'll throw the hands up there in your dream, and it'll count it, and it'll say, oh, 5, and you're supposed to look again or whatever, and oh, 6 now, whoa, and you're dreaming and you know it. Some people will stick their fingers through their hand. Whoop. Oh, it's through. I don't know. Some people will look at a clock. I don't have a clock. I could draw a clock. All right, here we go. A clock, and there's 3 o'clock or whatever. You look again as 1 o'clock. So, things change. A mirror. That's another thing. A mirror. Look in a mirror and you see yourself. And then you look in the mirror, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa. And you look different or something. Okay, so anyways, people do these reality checks, and some work and some don't because they don't really do ones that stick out in their head. This has been the case for me before, so I've come up with 3, depending on where you're from, reality checks that seem to work for me. Because if you do a reality check and it doesn't work, throw it out. Now, the first 2 reality checks of mine I kind of have to do, but I'll explain why. Number 1, go to sleep. I know it sounds kind of simple to say that, but what it is when I go to sleep, in my head, I start thinking. The next images are just going to be dreams. I guess you could say that's mnemonic or whatever, but I just know that when I go to sleep, the next things I see are dreams. I just know that. I don't really think about it too much, because throughout my life, this is what I've come to the conclusion. I'm going to shut my eyes and lay down. Next thing I see are going to be dreams. I don't care what anybody says to me, because then I'm doing a reality check. Okay? Or I don't have to. I just know. But then, I'll get into the rest of it later. So that's my first one. Okay? Now, that goes along good. I'm dreaming. Everything's good. Alarm goes off or what have you. I wake up. That's my next one. When I wake up, I look at the clock. Everything's fine. As soon as I wake up and open my eyes, I have to know. All right, I'm done dreaming. Now I'm awake. I guess that's being, reverse mnemonic or whatever? Anyways. I like how all these terms are flying out there. I'm sorry. So, when you wake up, or when I wake up, I just feel I'm awake now, but my conscious mind is now in control. I guess I should let one thing out too. I usually let my unconscious determine my dreams. So when I go to sleep, that's when I put my unconscious mind, and I say, oh, okay, unconscious, you're in charge. So when I wake up, my conscious mind takes over now. And so that's a big indicator for me as well, between the going to sleep and waking up, is I even though I'm still awake, with my conscious mind is resting. It's like sitting on a beach watching a surfer, and my unconscious mind, when I'm asleep, is out there surfing and riding the waves, and my conscious mind's sitting there with the Mai Tai and the luau going on and stuff. So anyways, when I wake up, party's over. You got to come back to this world. So I understand that. Now, if for some reason my dream becomes too real, or I have a nightmare which is very rare, or something to where I can't determine whether I'm asleep or awake. And I don't know which mind to have it into control, or kind of how to handle things. My next one is this. I run into walls. It's not as just simple as running into walls. What it is I have to get that confusion out of my head. That's what a reality check does. And I don't hit my head into the walls. I just run into the walls. It's kind of in addition to checking my surroundings. I'll jump up, whether it's a false awakening or a real awakening, and I'll run around, or if I have to be discreet about it, I'll be discreet about it, depending on the situation. And I will just kind of hit walls as I walk around and check things, or as I run around and check things. If it's a nightmare, I'm probably going to be running around. And so as I hit the walls with my body, then if it hurts, I know I'm awake. If it doesn't hurt, then I'm probably sleeping. Now, like I say, in addition, I'm checking my surroundings. So I'll run outside and make sure if it's nighttime, or I'll check the time and at more than one place. So I guess I do all those at once. I don't stick my hand. I just make sure everything's right at that point. But this is the key, because if it doesn't cause the pain, I can check the time all day long. And when I check that time in my dream, it's going to say 1 o'clock. When I come back, it's going to say, well, it's going to move right. My dreams are that real. So I can do all those other things, but they don't work unless I hit a wall. So my point to this short little clip is, do your reality checks. Make sure they work, okay? Try to always be aware as you're going through all this. And do all those methods that they use to try to, get there. But make sure your reality check works. Otherwise, you're not going to know if you're in reality or not. You're going to have a lot of fun times enjoying those false awakenings. Thanks for watching. Good night and lucid dreams. Thanks for watching. For more topics, please visit my Facebook page at www.facebook.com/mylucidlife.